Hi there. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how I use written materials as a part of the way that I teach here at BTH. So I'm going to illustrate this by using the course that I'm giving at the moment, which is called Web Applications for Mobile Devices. And this is what the students do during the third week. I find this is probably the best example that I have of how I structure my written material. This is of course in Swedish. I hope everyone can follow, but I will translate the headings into English as well. So first of all, for each week the students get this web page. It's called dbwebb.se. And this is where we have all the web programming material that we use for our courses. Of course, this can be done this way by creating a website that is external and everyone can see it. But it can also be done in Canvas in the same manner, where you structure your material in this way. So we will move on, and I have divided my course material for each week into 4 different parts. So first of all, the students need to gain some kind of understanding of the material. So we have that they should read, that, for instance, the course literature. We have some articles. It's often links to documentation for the programming language or the framework that they use. And then we have videos where we explain concepts and things like that. These videos are often short and they explain parts of the material, so it's not needed in lectures or labs or anything like that, but the students can use this material whenever they want. So the first part, understanding, reading, viewing, etc. Then we come to part 2, which is practice. So every week the students will have to hand in something. But before they hand in, they can practice on this same kind of exercise that they are to hand in later on. So we have practice and then we have assignments. So first of all, they will practice, they will use some example, I have created a lot of code that they can look at and things like that. And then part 3 of 4 is that they have to do assignments. So in the assignments, they have practiced a lot on things like programming constructs, logic, problem solving, things like that. And then they have to prove that they have understood the material and they have practiced. So they have to do the assignment. The 4th part is reflecting on what have I learned. When you do that, you learn your material twice and you get a greater understanding of why did we do this. We do it in the way that they have to answer 3, 5, 6 questions, something like that, by 3 to 5 sentences for each question. So they have to reflect on what they have learned, what factors into creating, for instance, in this case, a form for a mobile device and things like that. So they have to reflect on the material that they have written, seen. They have to reflect on the practice that they've done and the assignment that they've handed in. So for parts 3 and 4, I have created a lot of written material that the students can use. So for instance, when they have to practice, I have created this Get Started with the Framework Mithril, which is an article where I describe how to create a small application for the Nobel Prize, like a history app where they can see all previous winners. So we use a framework called Mithril, and I describe how to install it, then I describe how to configure it, and together with the student I then built this practice app that they can draw then inspiration from when they do their assignments. This is a very important part of our pedagogical method, that we use this written material, that we have created these exercises that the students on their own can complete whenever they want to. This is not coupled to any kind of lab session or seminar where they sit together with me. Of course, they can ask questions in a chat or something like that. But this is something that online learning should be very good at, that the students can do it on their own whenever they want to. So this is a long article and we create a lot of different things, but this is the typical type of written material that we have. And then for the assignment as well, this is probably more what is used for some kind of lab assignment, where we have some kind of PM where we can look through this and see what needs to be done. So we have an introduction to the assignment, and then we have the requirements that the students should complete before getting approved on the assignment. So this is the way that we structure our written material for our courses. This can be done lifted into Canvas. We have decided to have some kind of external web page, but it can be done in the same way. Thank you. See you later.